How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Supa, playing a little Star Citizen Vanduul Swarm because I'm not good enough to play in the Arena Commander. Seriously, that is why I'm here. I'm also waiting for the Destiny game to finally launch. Unfortunately, they decided to go on West Coast time, so I had some free time on my hands and I wanted to get into some more Arena Commander because Cirke and Makardia have recently picked up the game. And they will be joining me as soon as private lobbies come in version 1.9. So, once again, this is a little Vanduul Swarm, so it's me and some AI wingmen versus a bunch of NPC enemies. Because I'm trying to learn to pilot my ship. I'm using keyboard and mouse right now, and I've done Arena Commander. It seems like no one wants to play Squadron Battle, which is kind of like Team Deathmatch. Everyone just wants to do Battle Royale, which is every man for himself. I don't know why, but that's the thing. So here I'm just trying to get as close as I can to the team, and we start engaging. Now, once again, I'm using keyboard and mouse, me, Mac, and Cirque. We've been kind of looking at a HOTAS setup, hands-on throttle and stick. Just to I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you guys think in flight sims that kind of stuff actually matters? I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money not to find that I don't actually like using it. Because so is keyboard and mouse fine? I don't know. I'm very new to these kind of things, but I'm very excited about this game. Enjoying my time in the Arena Commander, even though I don't do so hot, especially when I can get into the squadron battle. So already this isn't looking very good for me. I'm not doing so hot. This is the very first wave. They're getting a lot of hits on me, and they really shouldn't because they're not the best fighters right now. Am I going to take this guy out? See, then there's a lot of like wasted shots. My understanding is when your aim site is that circle, that means that your onboard computer does not have a lock. When it turns into the diamond, you have a lock. So I'm a little kind of spraying and praying. Alright, finally got one. It gets a little better after this. In fact, actually, I think I beat my record this time. So we'll discuss that a little bit later on. Getting some distance, moving in. Engaging this guy, realizing, man, I suck. Oh, here we go. Get on his tail. I think actually at this point I've matched his speed using the M key on the keyboard. Seems a little easier when you're flying to get behind them, match their speed, and then you can keep them in your target.
Warning, there are multiple hostiles inbound.
Here comes the next wave. Again, a bunch of scavengers, so this shouldn't be too hard. I should try and not take as much damage during these engagements because these enemies are really not the hardest ones. You start getting the alphas and the named guys, the elites. So he flies by, put on my air brake, and try and reacquire him. And yeah, nice. So right away, right back into it. Still got both my wingmen on, which is good, although it's probably not surprising because these guys, again, the scavengers aren't exactly the hardest targets to hit. So why don't you guys let me know in the comments section below this video what you guys that are playing Star Citizen Arena Commander are using. Is it really that big of a difference playing going from mouse and keyboard to throttle and stick, or should I just stick it out and work on the mouse and keyboard? Also, as I mentioned, Cirque and Mac picked up the game. Mac has the Hornet, the Ghost variant of it, so he's really excited about decking out his stealth ship. Here we go, we got elite units, and Little King is the first one, so I don't know if I start switching targets here to go right after him. But that is something I've decided to do during the Vanduul Swarm, is when the elite wave spawns, I'm going to try and go after the named elite first, because it seems like he is the most difficult. Seeing he has a cool name, like this guy is Little King, but right now seems like I'm wasting my time with a scavenger. Also looks like my right wing has taken quite a bit of damage. It's in the yellow. In fact, it even looks like it's broken already. Yeah, just gonna sit here and eat all of these shots because you know why not. Alright, yay, this scavenger is dead. Not even the hardest part of this wave. Alright, now I've got Little King as my target. Moving in behind. And 708 damage, 750, and dead. So that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Trying to get back over to the Warlock, make sure he doesn't die because I'm going to need him. The difficulty in these waves really starts to ramp up and it actually gets pretty fun and interesting. So yeah, like I was saying, any comments you guys can give me, whether it be advice on what kind of controllers to pick up, what kind of controllers to look at, especially if I'm nervous about, you know, dropping like some of the more recommended ones, and the ones that people are making videos on online are like $200. Not really kind of what I want to be spending, especially if I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it. But I suppose it's kind of like when I started playing Super Street Fighter 4, I was playing on a controller, and it's very hard to execute the moves on the controller. So at one point, a buddy of mine and me decided we were going to spend the money and actually get ourselves arcade sticks. And I can honestly say, like, going from an arcade stick back to a controller is never going to happen in a fighting game. Like, once I've gotten the hang of the execution on that thing, I will never go back. And I kind of think that's probably what, you know, getting a joystick would do for flight sims like this, but it's such a big investment, so I'd like to kind of try it out first, although I didn't really do that with an arcade stick. More or less went right for a Mad Catz TE stick, so one of the better branded ones. Okay, once again, come on, John. It should not be this difficult to take on the scavengers. God. There we go, and the guy's right on my tail. Also, any tips you guys can give me as to, like, maneuvers, or if you notice that I'm doing something stupid, if you guys can kind of pick out the mistakes I'm making in throttling or whatever, please, by all means. I am an open book. I am willing to hear any and all feedback. In fact, I would love to hear any and all feedback on how to play this better, because as it turns out in Arena Commander, I die a lot. And when the persistent universe comes, I don't want to be, you know, get my insurance jacked up and or, you know, shipless. So, also, I probably should have mentioned this, I'm playing a 300i. When I first got the game, I had purchased an Aurora, and then somehow realized that when I purchased the Aurora, I didn't purchase the game package version. The one that came with the game package, so then I purchased that thinking that, oh, I already have the Aurora, I'm sure it will recognize that and it'll just add the game package on. Nah, didn't do that. In fact, I had 2 Auroras sitting in my hangar, and I was like, shit, what am I going to do with this? Cool, I have 2 ships, I guess if one gets all messed up, I have another one. But luckily I went on to robertspaceindustries.com and I was hanging out in the chat room one day, and I asked people if there was a way for me to somehow, like, trade it in for a different ship, and sure enough someone was like, yeah, you can go ahead and you can, like, liquidate it into funds and you can purchase a different ship. So that's exactly what I did. I liquidated the 2 Auroras and got myself the 300i. And the other day Mac was talking about getting the game. He was talking about the ship he had just gotten, the Hornet variant. So I went on and I was poking around the site and I saw the 325A variant of the 300i, which is more designed for military action, so it's a little more decked out with weaponry and stuff. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade, because it's only $15 to go ahead and upgrade to that. So I did that. That's not what I'm flying right now though, because for some reason it only lets you fly the trainer 300i. Like I said, Mac got the Hornet, and then Cirque got the Avenger, which is pretty cool. So all three of us basically have dogfighting-esque ships. Very, firepower is the thing with them. Not so much cargo hauling, so I wonder what we're going to do when the Persistent Universe comes out, unless one of us ends up picking up a bigger ship. Maybe we can sell ourselves out for hired guns, although if you guys are watching this and then I try and sell myself as a hired gun for you, you'd probably tell me to go screw, because clearly I am not very good. Alright, so we got another elite wave, and this time the Priest, who this time I go right after. Like I said, I believe that these named guys are going to be the harder guys in these elite waves, so my thought process is let's go right after them. And I did. That was actually pretty easy. I then think probably, if there were like a hierarchy, I think it would be like Scavenger, Hunter, Alpha, maybe? And then like the named guys are supposed to be the harder ones in their waves. So I don't even know if I should have been wasting my time trying to finish this guy off and giving the other parts of this wave shots on me, but they seemed to be preoccupied with something else, so I guess I was able to do it. I think I should pay attention to the display on the right, and when I see a ship that's more or less disabled, I should pretty much save that for last to reacquire a different target that has more chance of doing damage to me. Something that I wasn't doing, but watching this back is something I can learn to train myself to do. I noticed, like, I've watched videos, I've heard people talk about how you can disable the certain safety controls, so if you're looking at the HUD on the right hand side in the center, it lists couple, G-safe, and ComStab or something like that. If you hit caps lock, you activate decoupled mode, which the easiest way for me to explain it seems like you decouple your main thruster and you only use your maneuvering jets, so you can kind of strafe and adjust yourself up and down and stuff. So kind of easier maneuvering around obstacles and probably easier way of landing. And then G-Safe is your onboard computer controlling how fast you go into turns. Like if you notice me turning and decelerating, a lot of the times that's not me actually doing it, that's the onboard computer doing it. But I've been told and seen in videos that you can disable it, and if you train yourself to kind of learn the limits of your ship, you can actually get in some tighter turns. And then the other onboard computer mode is ComStab, and that pretty much controls like how you drift through your maneuvers. So it kind of tries to mess with your throttle intelligently so that where you're pointing you're actually moving towards. If you were to disable that, you can kind of drift around obstacles a little more and get into better position for shots. Another thing that I gotta force myself to learn to do, but I haven't really been playing a lot of Arena Commander because it was kind of just me playing. I didn't really have any buddies that were picking it up, but now that Cirke and Mac got it, I think it's definitely something I'm going to spend a lot more time working on. Because when Point 9 comes out, there will be the ability to make private lobbies, so me and Mac and Cirque can start practicing with each other in the Battle Royale mode. Also, there's going to be co-op Vanduul Swarm. The wording on the website leads me to believe that it's only going to be single player, like you and one other person, but like in this mode right now I have 2 other wingmen, so it would be really cool if I could get me and Mac and Cirque in on it and record a video, take 3 different perspectives, kind of mesh it together, and show you guys that. I think that would be pretty interesting and cool to watch. Also, can someone explain to me how to turn on the lights? There's a button, it says it's O, I hit O, and it doesn't seem like lights go on. So I don't know what's going on, if it's something with my ship, or if it's just not implemented yet, but please, someone in the comments, how do you turn on the lights? Here, I'm trying to zoom because I'm realizing that, yeah, my weapon may have firing solution, but if I'm not on the actual target, I'm missing like mother. So I tried to zoom, get some shots in. I was semi-successful, but I wasn't able to take him out. But once again, I don't know if this is one of those positions where he's so damaged to a point where he's really not a threat to me that I should disengage and go take something else on. Clearly he was still firing shots, so maybe not. It was probably a good move to finish him off. But there's been a few times where it's just been like a fuselage like spinning, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy. I get all tunnel vision and stuff, and I think, you know, kind of like Dota, where you don't want to go diving for kills unless you know you're gonna get the win. I think that might be something I need to work on. So far no deaths. We're 14 minutes in. I think that was wave 7. So hey, I'm clearing waves, about a wave every 2 minutes, right?
There are multiple hostiles inbound.
So this wave has scavengers and hunters. To me, it seems like hunters are a little bit more difficult than the scavengers are. So they really should be the priority, and I believe that's what I've targeted first. Yep, I've targeted a hunter, so we're going to move in, try and dive in on them while they're engaging my wingmen. Alright, I'm trying to zoom in again and get a clean shot on them. And I don't succeed at all, because I suck. Flies by, I get in behind, but is it worth all this damage? See, now the cool thing is the AI seemed to like correct for my stupidity, where in like Arena Commander, 9 times out of 10 going head to head with someone, I end up crashing into them. Not intentionally, sure, on my part, and most certainly not on their part. I'm sure like neither of us are intentionally ramming each other, it doesn't seem that way. But yeah, that happens a lot. In this mode, it seems like the AI will be like, oh man, this guy's fucking crazy, and turn tail and run. Oh, and another thing that kind of bugs me about Arena Commander, besides like the no one wanting to play this squadron battle, like seriously, I'll sit in a game like alone for like 5 minutes and then one guy will fucking join, and then it's me versus one guy. But that's not what I want to complain about right now. I want to complain about goddamn people that after they take a few shots just go and suicide themselves into something. It's like, what the fuck? Come on, have a little honor, have a little dignity. Alright, I think this is the third and final hunter of this swarm. But it looks like I've taken quite a bit of damage during this one. Hunter's down, should just have scavengers left, but I think I'm missing a wing at this point. No big deal, I got this, guys. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to finish up this wave without, you know, sans wing, but next one, maybe not. Also, I don't know how I do it, but I end up at some point like typing, and I don't know how to activate. Is that like a chat that's built in? Because no one seems to chat in the game. There's no communication, which is really a shame. Yeah, see, here's one of those instances where like that's just the fuselage, man. If I'm still taking shots, like ignore that, go off and take on that guy instead of worrying about finishing off that fuselage. 300 damage. Come on. Let's go, John. Alright. So that's everyone. Cleared the wave without a wing. Yep, definitely missing a wing.
Elite units en route.
Alright, another elite. This time we have Prime Bloodhound, and I believe that is once again who I'm going to try and go after first. Deal with the name guy, because I think they're the harder ones. I think. Alright, there he is, and sure enough, he's coming right at me, and there's that collision thing I was talking about. It's real hard to tell how fast you're kind of going. And I know that's something that they know about and they intend on fixing. They even may have mentioned that that might be in the 0.9 update that everyone's eagerly awaiting. But it is definitely kind of hard to tell, like, speed. As it should be in space, but I mean, it's a video game, so please make it a little easier for us dum-dums like me. So, like, I can clearly tell there's someone on my tail, but I really don't know how to evade. Like, can anyone point me towards some videos or say, hey, I'm gonna come join you on the No Shit Gaming TeamSpeak and let's play a match after 0.9 or something. This is how not to suck. And if I'm on your tail, do this kind of shit, because I assume, like, run into the asteroid belt and, like, try and hide and shit, but it never works out well. So, I mean, the name guy is out, but these hunters are really doing some damage. I don't know if I'm going to last through this wave. My fuselage is in the yellow. My one remaining wing is in the yellow. I think I've lost missiles at this point, so hey, I guess I'm just gonna try and do the best I can. Get around this guy. Like, I think at this point I am kind of diving into the asteroids to try and break his line of sight so I can reposition, but I did a real shit job of it. Yes, 43 damage. I'm about to take this dude out. Oh, okay. Apparently I am. Yeah, it seems like even though your weapon may not have a targeting solution, there are those instances where you can kind of think a little bit better than your computer. Not saying that's what I did do, but if you got it in the right place, they're moving in the right direction. Okay, still got another hunter out there. Oh, was this all hunters? Maybe. When I'm turning, I'm actually using my spacebar, which is like your air brake. I don't know if that's a good method to use or if I should just be throttling down into the turns. Once again, I encourage any and all feedback. Alright, so there goes that wave. And I haven't died yet, so that's also a plus. I mean, I don't have one of my wings. There's tons of damage to my ship, as you can see, but I'm not dead. That's a win. Scan initiated. So now alphas start spawning into these waves. I'm feeling that because they just recently started spawning, these guys must be more difficult, so I think I should probably start targeting them over hunters at this point. Oh, it also, you know, yeah, I only have one wing, so yeah, I am missing a gun as well. But yeah, there's my W's that I don't know how to get rid of, because I don't even know what I did to get them there. My stern shield is that. It always seems to say stern shield though. It never. Oop. That and forward, but maybe I don't have shields on the sides. Alright, so these guys have missiles. I often use my countermeasures. I don't know if you can juke a missile because they seem to be heat-seeking and whatnot. Maybe going in decoupled mode and at the last minute strafing or something will let you avoid them. As you can see, you got stuff in the red. Thrusters are in the red. I think at this point I still have control. I think I'm desperately going for this kill, but again, I think this is just a fuselage, so I think I need to start thinking about what is that ship? Is it really a danger? And as you can see, first death, wave 10. Not bad in my opinion. Usually I've died by wave 6, so.
Origin Jumpworks at your service. Core system operational. Contact. Scan initiated.
Going back in, brand new ship, fully armed. something else I gotta work on. Realize there's a ton of targets still alive. But we're making short work of them, so I think we'll get through wave 10.
All allies.
That's not good news. Losing all of my allies is probably the worst thing that could have happened to me. Because I suck and I need them. Alright, got the scavenger down. Let's all give me a round of applause because, you know, those guys are tough as shit. Alright. Another scavenger target. Alright, so if only my guys could have held on just a little bit longer, we would have made it.
Warning. There are multiple hostiles inbound.
Alright, wave 11. This is, unfortunately,
Contact.
usually the last wave for me. I don't tend to live past this one. Well, let's see how we do. Oh, and another thing I'm kind of excited about is I used to watch like religiously the Robert Space Industries YouTube channel, so I'd be watching Wingman's Hangar, 10 for the Chairman, whatever else they put on there. But after Wingman's Hangar kind of went away and they were doing Around the Verse, I kind of stopped watching for a while because I didn't find it as interesting, though I've gone back and watched and realized my mistake. But I went back and I checked out the Gamescom event, and man, I cannot wait for the racing, the Murray Cup game mode that's coming also in the 0.9 update that everyone is eagerly awaiting. That looks like it's going to be a ton of fun, taking the 300i, which is, you know, a pretty fast ship. It seems to be marketed as such in the commercial. I know it's not the, I want to say it's the MS-50, but someone in the comments is probably going to yell at me, which is kind of made specifically for racing, but it is one of the faster ships. I know it can outrun the Hornets that people are flying in Arena Commander and the Auroras. Alright, alphas and hunters and tons of damage, all for me, because I don't have any wingmen. This would be a great time to have Mac and Cirque at my side, helping me out. Oh, and because I went back and watched those past Around the Verse episodes, I realized that my boy Trendane got a shout out as one of the most valuable posters. So, Trendane, if you check out this video, man, congratulations. That's epic. Alright, John, let's go. Alright, wave 11. Right now I'm excited. Usually, like I said, I'm dead by this point. But I think I even still have one respawn left. So, ha!
Contact. Elite units.
Oh, great.
en route.
Elites. Of course. Why not?
Contact.
So this time, the Vanduul Prime Payday is going to be my first target.
Scan initiated.
And I think I actually had passed by him. I'm sure there's a way to just go back, but I just kept hitting cycle through till I got him. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sit back and try and hit him with a missile before anything starts. I don't know if it actually hit. It doesn't look like it did, but that's okay. He probably has countermeasures at this point. So I'm taking him on, and it's like, holy shit, everyone wants to kill me. It would be so great right now to have wingmen that are taking some of this. Like, I'm just getting demolished because I'm having to slow down to keep him acquired as a target, and that's giving easy shots that I already don't know how to dodge because, like I said, I don't really know what I should be doing. Ow, that kind of hurt, dude. Alright, Payday's down, but like I said, I don't really know what I should be doing when I'm seeing those bullets fly over the top of me, so clearly someone is on my back. Like, yeah, you can turn and face them, but then what's the point of that? Like, even turning and facing them and then going into decoupled mode so you can strafe, like, yeah, that's cool, but you don't move very fast in decoupled mode. So, is it really that effective? Like, maybe book it for the asteroids, and that might be like another thing, like maybe the design of the available maps in the Arena Commander could be a little cooler, like there's not enough debris and stuff to kind of fly around in, I mean, or that I can fly around in without dying, because I suck. Yeah, at this point, I'm in a dead spin, there's really nothing I can do about it. I have no thrusters, and the thrusters that are available aren't enough to keep me stationary, so at some point, I'm going to have to look into ejecting. So, yeah, John, come on, man. Pull the lever. Let's get out of this. It's going down. And here we go. I hope that animation gets cooler. I'm sure it will. But here I am, ejecting, floating in space, surprised that they didn't just run up and shoot me.
Stand by.
Alright, this is my last respawn, my last chance. Looks like, what, 3 alpha? Oh, 2 alphas, 2 hunters left.
Scan initiated.
And once again, someone tell me how to turn on the lights. I don't even know if it would be really that much use at this point, but some of the areas of this map get dark. Which I guess is an advantage in some ways, but like playing on the other map that's available, I don't even remember what it's called. Not Dying Star. Yeah, I don't know what it's called right now. But it's kind of similar. It's got a station in the middle, and then it's surrounded by a much less dense asteroid field, so there's a lot of open space in the middle, and that makes it really hard to dogfight, at least for me, because I already don't know how to get away from folks. Alright. Another one down. Let's take on this hunter. Hopefully the last guy in this wave. Huh?
Achieved missile lock.
Alright. So, honestly, this is... Whoa. I've never gotten to the point where these people respawn. That's awesome that they do. And here comes wave 13. And now that I have my wingmen, there's nothing that's going to stop me. Not even a few alphas and hunters. Like, fuck that. I got Warlock and Vixen. Are you serious right now, guys? Oh, fuck, they are. They've got missiles. Jeez. I mean, I'm doing a pretty good job not getting shot right now, but how quickly that blasted or came to an end. Oh god, I'm getting beat down. Just obliterated. Come on, this guy is pain. Now I don't know if I've matched his velocity or not, but looking back at this, probably decelerating would have been a great idea because I would have been able to get a little more space on him so his maneuvers weren't so hard to keep up with. But god, they have lots of missiles now. The earlier waves didn't have that shit. Oh, I already got a wing in the red. Thrusters are in the red. This is not looking pretty. Alright. Oh, there we go. It's a fuselage left. I'm like, fuck it. That's not my... I ain't gotta worry about that dude right now. Instead, let me worry about... Oh! Damn it. So there you go. I got to wave 13, I guess. Personal best for me. Once again, any tips, comments, whatever, leave them in the comment section below. Let me know what wave you guys have gotten to and how much better you are than I am.